is very interesting to me is this whole Swiss Beats and Timberland thing with Verzuz. They have a lawsuit against Triller that they just filed, man. Let me read a little bit of this article, man, because you know how the tables turn. It's just a wild thing how things work out. This headline from NBC News says Swiss Beats and Timberland sue Triller for 28 million over Verzuz rap battle deal. Okay. According to the lawsuit, Triller refused to make payments after the virtual battle series was sold to the company. So, pretty much, I'll give you a brief overview. What happened is Verzuz, aka Timberland and Swiss Beats, they did a deal with Triller. They said, hey, we're going to sell you our company and we need you to pay us by this date. Triller was like, okay, cool, great. They took the company, but they never paid these guys. So then, you know, Timberland and Swiss, they fought. You know, they put in the legal paperwork with Triller. They said, hey, you need to pay us. What's going on here? And Triller was like, okay, my bad, y'all. We got y'all. And then they set a different date. And Triller just still didn't pay him. So they pretty much, you know, it seems to me like Triller is saying, get it back in blood. I really don't know. They haven't made any public comments. They haven't said anything in the media. They haven't given any official statements to anybody as to why they are not paying Timberland and Swiss Beats their money. It's a little bit weird. Let's see. Dang, I got this light is flickering, man. Can y'all see that? Okay. Light was flickering a little bit. Let me read this. According to the lawsuit, after Triller failed to make a large payment to Swiss Beats and Timberland in January 2022, the company agreed to settle to a settlement requiring Triller to pay them $18 million, $9 million each by March 20th, with $1 million per month for the following 10 months. Triller has not made any of those promised payments, the suit alleges. They say get it back in blood. Now, to date, defendants have failed and refused to make any payment to Swiss and Timberland of the past due sums due and owing. According to the lawsuit filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court, the aforementioned aforesaid defaults constitute material breaches of the agreement by defendants. The lawsuit filed on behalf of Swiss Beats and Timberland seeks $28,095,000 in damages, plus applicable interest, as well as legal fees and other further relief as the court deems just and proper. That's a lot of money to, first of all, that's a lot of money to purchase Verzuz. The reason I say that is because all it is pretty much a concert series type of thing, right? It's a virtual concert series where you have one artist play their music and it's seemingly like a battle against another artist. Triller could have just done this on their own without dealing with Verzuz at all. They could have came up with their own name, done the same thing, and at best, people could have said, y'all are culture vultures, y'all are stealing from the culture, whatever. But now you look like a culture vulture that doesn't even pay your dues, which is probably a little bit worse. You would have better off just steal the idea and make your own thing. It's not like Verzuz is the first people to ever come up with this concept. I mean, Lil Wayne and Drake went on tour together, called it the Lil Wayne versus Drake tour, or Drake versus Lil Wayne, whatever it was called. And that was essentially what they did. They went back and forth, song for song, build up the anticipation of hearing the songs next to each other and all that. So it's not like Verzuz, Timberland, and Swiss could have claimed that they invented that idea. You're better off as Triller just saying, we'll just do that same thing. They didn't need Timberland and Swiss, so there's no point. You did a deal with these people and then didn't pay. Now you are accruing interest the longer you go without paying them, these guys. It's all very strange that this company would be so unprofessional. See, it's interesting because if Triller was a large black, not large, but if they were a black company, people would be saying all types of things about black companies. If one black company did some terrible business like this, talk about their unprofessionalism, this is why our businesses can't do this. This is why our business can't do this. But when a company like Triller is doing it, nobody is making any type of statements about how this whole race, this is why this race can't do anything. But y'all do that when we have some people that mess up. It's interesting when y'all decide it's a good time to generalize and when it's not a good time to generalize. Also, as time goes on and the more time passes that they don't pay, the amount that Tim and Swiss will be looking for is increasing. So Triller, y'all need to get it together. If you broke, just say that, as the kids would say. If you don't have the money, file for bankruptcy. Give Tim and Swiss your company, whatever you got to do. But y'all need to pay them people, man.